into our next series. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the red Terran player from the land of Kazakhstan, representing CSO Esports. It is Replicant. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Taiwanese Protoss player, the blue Protoss. Currently teamless, the ex-pro player, now coming back to play for fun. It is Nice. Here we go. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. I do think that this is a hard one to call. I want to say that my gut instinct is telling me that Replicant is going to be favored here just because he is a consistent competitive player. And unlike his opponent, he didn't retire. But at the same time, in his prime, I would favor Nice, right? I do think that Nice, he did peak higher than Replicant. And Nice, he was the best player in his region. We would often see him go toe-to-toe with some of the other Koreans as well. So Nice, I would favor if we were playing, 1-2 years ago. But now it's hard to say. I don't really know the level of play that Nice is at. So best of luck with your predictions. Oh, as the SCV goes down. Oh, as that doesn't bode well. A worker does go down to the probe. Very nice start by Nice, as he does disrupt the opener, does kill a worker, and once again does delay some more mining time, forcing this SCV off the building. Rax does complete. Once again, Nice being as annoying as possible. And he should attempt to recall out of here to save the worker. Oh! As the Reaper is on the way. Nice, he pulls back. Dipping back in. Making sure there is no crazy earlier add-on. Once again, going for the... He wants it! He wants the SCV! He's not going to get it, though. He's not going to get it. And the Reaper should soon pop out. Back at home, Nice going to be expanding. It's going to be a gate cyber expand. There's the recall saving the probe. So far, so good. No major advantage, but like nice little pickoffs here from Nice. Now I have to be careful. I can't say Nice too often, otherwise it's going to lose all meaning. Oh no. Regardless is setting up. And now the Reaper moves down. Now it's time for Replicant to get some scat information and potentially get some economic damage as well. Here we go. As Reaper does dip in. Does dip in between the bases. So now we are getting secure. Nice, moving out. We have our tech of choice, going to be a Stargate opener. Replicant, he did sip into the main. Replicant, he did scout the Stargate. He is aware. As a result, Cyclone is on the way, so good response here by Replicant. Getting to a Cyclone, building up his bio. Nice will threaten the shade, but Replicant, he should be able to keep up, and he does. So far, so good. Does keep up, Adept does commit. Picks off a Marine. Oh, gets another. Catch a couple of Marines. Likewise, Replicant getting ready for his own follow-up drop play. Winter Mines, Medivacs as well. Will soon move out. So far, the army gets forced back. Likewise, Adept does get into the main, does get a full scout of the 1-1-1. Nice is aware. Behind this, going for a Void Ray. Okay. Yo, I miss casting Nice. Fun fact, I remember, we used to cast Nice on a weekly basis, and he would often do weird stuff, and I'd like ask him, I'd be like, Pappy, against Terran, like, why are you going like Mass Void Ray, or why are you going Mass Glaive Adept? Like this, like, what is there like a reasoning for it? Is there like rationale? And his answer would be, oh, it's just funny. It's like, it's just funny to just clown on Terrans with like Mass Adept, and it works. It's like, okay. Fair enough. Not saying he'll do that here, but just saying that he's at times a little bit more exploratory than other players. I mean, we even see that here with the safety Void Ray, which again you don't often see. Behind this going to be a charge follow-up. Interesting. Void Ray production is continuing. He's going charge low Void Ray. And this can hit quite hard. This can catch players off guard as well. It's going to be quite committed here as an army composition. Replicant moving out with his own drop play. Ooh. As the Oracle does fall. Replicant takes out one of the Oracles. Going to be zoned away. As reinforcements have arrived. Void Rays have been built up. The tanks, they have a little bit late to siege, but they do focus on the Stalkers. Yeah, there's just not enough on the ground. Replicant, he is forcing his way in. And no shield batteries are not ready yet. That shield battery is going to be denied. Tanks, they siege, they force a cancel. And can Replicant deny the third? Oh, that's nice. He doesn't want to rally in. Void Ray taking a lot of hits, but is within range of the shield battery. Void Ray lives. Nice trying to catch reinforcements. Does rotate, does catch some Marines. Yeah, 2 Marines going down, but the base, it's gonna fall. Nice, he's on a bit of a timer here. He has to collapse in. He's not gonna be able to save it. The base is gonna go down. Nice, he tries to break out. Will get on top of the tanks. 1 tank falls. And nice, can he saves the base? Okay, impressive. He bought enough time. Third Void Ray comes in. Zealots as well. Nice stutter stepping here with the Void Rays, and nice holds. Nice, he barely saves the expansion. Was very close to going down. He does hold. Now it's time for a counterattack. Back at home, Replicant doesn't really have much to work with. Thankfully, he has 2 tanks. 2 tanks, a bunker. He should hold on to 2 bases, but he's going to be contained. And that Void Ray count is getting quite high. Now again, Void Rays, there's a reason why you don't really see them too often at this level of play. Void Rays, they're quite immobile, they're quite slow, and you already see them being zoned away. They can't really do much here against a bio-heavy composition of Mass Marine, but they can deny drop play at least. And Nice should not be making any more Void Rays. He's up to 4. It's up to 4 Void Rays. Blink is now on the way, Gateway Explosion as well. Gateway Explosion, Temple Archives, Robo as well. It is on the way. As so far, nice 9 mining time. They begin. Getting 3 SCVs. I mean, good use of these Void Rays. Again, they don't really scale too well as the game progresses, so getting a couple workers is always a good thing. Replicant, of course, he delayed his own upgrades in favor of that early move out, which was unsuccessful, so because of that, still no stim or combat shields, just now finishing. Will eventually break out on 3 bases. As Replicant, he does break out. Does break out, moving out across the map. Again, this is a pretty terrifying army. Does he pull the boys? I mean, he's expanding, taking a 3rd base. But he's got 3 tanks. He's got 3 tanks, a good amount of bio. Medevacs are here. Storm is not quite ready, though. We're still a couple of seconds off. But it is enough to scare Replicant. He sees the High Templar. He wants none of it. 1 tank goes down. And nice, he commits. Storm is ready. Up. Yeah, Storm is ready. Massive Storm here on the army. 1 tank goes down. 2nd tank as well. And Replicant is being completely shut down. Oh my god. And again, this is such a small army for Nice, but I mean, it works. He barely breaks through, cleans up the army, forces to morph in all the Archons. But he's forcing Replicant back. Again, a bit of a kitchen sink. We have 1 Immortal, 1 Archon, 1 Stalker. Stalker goes down. Void Rays have right. Another Void Ray falls as well. But the base, it's going to be denied. So Archons, they do get into the mineral line. 5 SCVs going down. Nice, he reinforces. The charge lots have arrived. And Replicant, he cannot save this base. Momentum quickly swinging from one player to the other. Nice, catching him in the center of the map. The base is going to fall. There's no saving it. Not like this. Ooh. CC goes down. We do get the drop into the main. Yeah, jump into the main waves. Tanks are being targeted as well. And GG gets called nice. He overwhelms, and Nice takes game number 1. Whew. GG. The Void Rays. GG, well played. Again, it was a very shaky game is what I will say. It was very tense. There were definitely some strong moments for Replicant. Obviously, the biggest moment is the fact that Replicant did not kill the third. He invested very heavily in his push, and he did not kill the third base. If you remember, I think he only killed 1 Void Ray at the time, or maybe not even. So Nice, he was able to preserve his high-tech units, save the expansion, and take a lead from there. Now, it was a risky move for Nice to be active when he was, with like the bare amount of units. He had like 5 High Templar, he had some Storms banked up, or NG banked up. Storm wasn't quite ready, but he had the ideal engagement. He had the ideal fight on Replicants, or in the center of the map, was able to shut down the push and snowball from there. GG. GG, well played. So impressive stuff there by Nice, and that leads us into game number 2, and we'll see how this story ends. Does this go 2-0 in favor of Nice, or do we have a back and forth, and do we have an ace match? Here we go. As we're getting into game 2, it's going to be on Home. We go. So now getting into game number 2. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Home, we have Home TLMC 17. We have our red Terran player from the land of Kazakhstan representing Team CSO Esports down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can force the ace match. It is Replicant. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player from the land of Taiwan, leading the series 1-0. The returning X-Pro. It is Nice. Here we go. As Nice does move out. Once again being a menace with that initial worker. Did kill an SCV at the start of the last game, and we'll see if we can get another. As Nice as being as annoying as possible. This time Replicant, he does tuck that SCV away in the mineral line, so it should be safe and sound. This time Replicant should not lose a worker. It shouldn't. Here we go. For now, Nice, he is just going to be rotating between the bases. Replicant going for his own economic opener, racks into CC. CC on the high ground. Okay, very safe setup here out of Replicant. And apologies, I kind of glossed over it, but welcome one and all to Home. I mentioned earlier how we have a very different map pool here for the PiGosaur Monday. Very different map pool. We have removed maps like Abyssal Reef, removed maps like Neon Violet Square and King's Cove, and replaced them with maps such as Home. Now, when it comes to this map, it is a very short rush distance by ground. Very short rush distance by ground, as you can see, does not take long at all to go from one natural to the other. But to try to counteract that, there's a lot of these defensive kind of fallback locations. Here we have a ramp coming into the natural, we have a ramp coming into the third, we have a very narrow choke point in the center of the map, which can be force fielded, or you can just take a greater fight with a better concave on the other side. So because of that, yes, it does take very little time to move out, but if you see the army moving out ahead of time, you can slow it down, or you have a lot of opportunities to slow down and to take a greater fight defensively. So that is how, the map is somewhat balanced to counteract that. The size of the map, I mean. Reaper dips in, gets into the mineral line. We'll get one probe kill, not bad. One worker goes down for a Reaper. Not the best trade here from Replicants, but across the map, did he scout that tech of choice? He did not. Once again, Stargate opener out of Nice. Does he open Void Ray for a second time? I mean, it's Nice. He likes his Void Rays, so he might do so once again. It's possible. It is possible here. As nice, he is poking in, denying some mining time. 2 SCVs, there we go. Now they go back to mining. Widowmine has arrived, and it is going to be Oracle first. Oracle first out of nice. Nice, he picks up a Widowmine. Widowmine goes down. Second Oracle's on the way. First one is moving out as we speak. Ooh, and nice. Again, he's trading very well here. Picks up all the Marines. Picks up the Widowmine. Picks up the Marines. Replicant, he's in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble here as nice. He does reinforce. Is rallying across the map. Depot's under fire. Depot's going to go down. And honestly, nice. He could just dive on the Marines. He could just dive. Goes to the workers instead. He gets 2. 2 workers go down. Oracle falls back. And that's going to be a second depot falling. Supply block here for Replicant does finish up another depot. But again, these early units, they're wreaking havoc. There we go. Cyclone does arrive, and with the help of the Cyclone, Replicant holds. Replicant, he does hold on. Nice. Could try to dive on the Cyclone. It is possible here to focus it down, but alas, doesn't test his luck. Behind this, expanding, taking another base, and following this up with Phoenix production. So Oracle into Phoenix. Meanwhile, Replicant, he's going for Magville accelerators. That I was not expecting. So Magville is on the way. Here we go. Oracles, they hit the main. SCVs are going down. Catching out of Phoenix. Phoenix does full. Dip goes down. With that, nice, he does fall back. Falls back and getting his 3rd base. Replicant, he has bought himself some breathing room. Ooh. So far, so good. As the Liberator doesn't really get much done across the map, but does get the Phoenixes at least. So Replicant, he is aware, and he should be reinforcing with extra Cyclones. And he's moving out. Bold move. So this is going to be a timing with Magville accelerators. He's got having Cyclones 3, soon to be 4. And that's a second. He's going mech. He's meching it up. Second factory's on the way, going mass Cyclone. Nice, moving out. Spots the main army. Ooh, gets bullied back. Oh, the scan not quite worth it. Lock-on gets broken. Lock-on is going to be broken. Replicant going to be committing. As the army does dive in, lifting up those Cyclones, but is there enough on the ground? There's only one Stalker. It looks like Replicant, he has too much. He's Nobles out of control. The mass Cyclone does overwhelm the Sky Toss, does overwhelm the Phoenixes. The Immortal has arrived, but again, it's the Soul Immortal. One Immortal warping just in time. Nice, can he hold on? He can afford to lose some workers. Probes do go down. Lock on the Cyclone. Sorry, lock on the Immortal, I mean. Immortal goes down. And nice hold. Whew, that was a close hold, though. That was very close in the process. Nice, he lost everything. He lost 5 Phoenixes. He lost 2 Oracles. He lost the Immortal as well. Did lose some probes, but he lives. Does survive. From here, working towards charge. Base on the way for, I would imagine, Disruptor or Colossus production. I'm not too fond of the Bay, I'll be honest. Typically against mech, against this kind of composition, you do want Immortal charge slots. Charge also do a great job at closing the distance and getting on top of the Cyclones. Likewise, Immortals, they do a lot of bonus damage, of course, to mech-based units as well, to armored units. So a bit of a more riskier maneuver here by Nice to take up into something like Disruptors and Purification Overs or Colossi. We'll see how he does approach this. 30cc still on the way here for Replicant. See, he's being forced back. Likewise, Viking drop into the main. Up. The hidden Immortal. Let's go. Out of the tall grass. Not bad. Nice use of the terrain here from Nice. Liberator does arrive. Alas, not much anti-air. Oof. Stalkers, they take some hits. But so far, nice control here. Not losing a single Stalker. A very meticulous micro here out of Nice. Does hold, does defend. Impressive. Impressive there from our Protoss player. Meanwhile, Void Ray production has begun. Let's go, the Void Rays are coming! Extend the lance as well, so it looks like it is going to be for Colossi. Nice is trying to build up. Replicant, meanwhile, still just mass Cyclone Widowmine into Cloak Banshee. Very late Cloak Banshees here out of Replicant, but there's potential. Observer does confirm the research. Is aware. Nice, able to scout. Scan reveals the bay and the research. Likewise, Observer got sniped. And we have a back and forth. We have a very unique back and forth, I should emphasize. Building up Cyclone Widowmine. And again, Chargel Archon typically is the go-to. The Colossus is actually going to be quite useful just because of their range as a supportive unit. Especially against the Widowmines. So Replicant also, Nice also just building up his army. Calming things down. Tank production has begun. Ooh. So Replicant, he's done with the Cyclones. Does have a Marauding Force, but is now working towards Tank Hellion. Something more robust. Mine just going to be going off. Bit of friendly fire. The mines are cleaned up. And the Cyclones are forced back. Nice, he's getting his 4th base. Now, what I will say is that this 4th base is late. It is on par with the 4th base. It's actually behind the 4th base of Replicant. Typically, in a TVP, the Protoss wants to be up in expansion because mules are a big factor, and of course, they do allow the Terran player to be up economically. So an extra base is typically required to keep up with mules. Alas, that is not the case for Nice. Is behind. So still trying to recover. Tanks are revealed. Nice force fields. Catching out a Cyclone. Catching out some of the army. And Replicant, his army is becoming very quickly terrifying. As the tank count is building up. Hellions towards the middle line. 3 Hellions, they one-shot probes. 3 workers so far. Replicant is pushing in. Baits out the mine shots, but there just aren't enough zealots here. Oof. Yeah, again, it's so necessary, so required here to close the gap and to get on top of these tanks. Alas, doesn't really have the army for it. Nice, he has to retreat. The other option outside of going for mass charge lots is to get into Skytoss. Is to get into Skytoss, get into Tempest production, get into carriers as well. But both these options require an economy, and that's just something that Nice doesn't have. He's still lacking bases. There we go, just now trying to get his 5th base up and running. Nice, still down in supply. Tanks, they reposition in time. Oof. And Nice, he cannot fight this head on. He has to retreat, he has to run away from the army. Immortal goes down. Nice control, saves the Immortal. Oh my god, the Cyclone volleys though. They're brutal. And the army just gets bullied back. Immortal goes down, another Immortal as well, and Nice, his army just crumbling. Losing far too many high-tech units. And again, this is also why a Zealot army or Zealot buffer is so important, because Zealots, they tank the lock-ons. Right? They don't allow units like your Immortals or your Archons to be locked on by the Cyclones. They do protect them. That's not the case here. Here, Nice, he loses, again, most of his army. Replicant pushing in. Nice, trying to go for a big counter attack. He runs into a wall of tank. Oh my god, loses a lot of here against the tanks. Is somewhat breaking through. Replicant, he races back home. Tank blows are still brutal. And nice, he does deny the base. Warping in some zealots. And that will help. Again, takes down 3, almost 4 cyclones. Oh, there's no detection. The cloak banshees. The banshees will defend. Nice to get the hell out of here. But he has some good moments. Able to pick off at least some cyclones. Nice retreating. Pulling back. Still being bullied by these banshees. But there is one observer. Not quite with the main army though. Meanwhile, the tanks, they were left alone. Getting one. Okay, 2 tanks. Again, very scrappy trades here out of Nice, but he's holding. Now we finally get a Stargate on the way, a second Stargate I should say, and again, this should be towards Sky Toss and a Fleet Beacon, but Nice isn't really set up for that. Again, Nice is still broke. He's still lacking an economy. Like, Nice's probe count is high, but he's heavily oversaturated here towards the north, so it's just not efficient mining. The mining just isn't very efficient. Replicant somewhat out of position. The prism is exposed. Planetary is going to go down. But the army has to get the hell out of here. So I'll say turn back around. Ooh, Immortal falls. The army's trying to come in from behind. A decent engage here from Nice. Getting on top of the tanks. He takes down every single tank. Tanks go down. Oh, but he can't keep pushing. Not without those Zealot reinforcements. Most of the Stalkers do go down. Every Stalker goes down. Just extensive losses here. Very expensive losses for Nice. Did kill the base though. Did take down the planetary. That's the Banshee overextends. Replicant's still making more Banshees. Let's go. Replicant, he's slowed down tank production. He's going mainly Cyclone Banshee instead. As Colossus, they hold their own. Bottom right is denied. Nice, takes the supply lead. Now saturates bottom right. Has a decent economy. And now finally, the 89 probe count of Nice is actually putting in work. It's now actually paying off. But Nice out of position. Doesn't have a recall. No energy here on the Nexus. And we're trading a base for a base. Replicant, he will take down top left. And Nice will take down bottom right. So we're entering a pseudo base trade. From here, Replicant, he either turns around and comes back home, or he just keeps going. But again, the planetary is going to fall. And Nice, he has an overwhelming army. He has finally done it. He's broken out. Now he has an economy. He can afford an army. He's pushing in. Boys are being pulled. The tanks are exposed. SCVs are going down one after the other. And Nice, he has done it. He breaks through the defensive line, takes down every single tank. Back at home, and again, sure, Replicant, he may have killed the base, but he barely has an army left standing. GG gets called, and Nice! He pulls it off. He may have been retired for a year at this point, but he's back, at least for fun, and he does take the series 2-0. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Very impressive play here out of Nice. I mean, I say very impressive. I would say very entertaining series out of Nice. Very scrappy is what I will say. Wasn't the cleanest of games from either player, but very scrappy, very close between Replicant and Nice. And again, Replicant, he had some very strong moments in this game, but last barely was not able to break the defenses of Nice. Nice, he was barely holding on time and time again. And with that, GG. GG, well played. Nice will advance on into the next round, where he has his next opponent. As it looks like he does have his next opponent. Exclamation mark B in the chat. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at it yourselves. Let's switch our scenes over and catch up.